Hey guys. Um, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about something I want to troubleshoot here. So 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, I bought these little seed pixels here. Um, these things, they were brand new and kind of new on the market. This is this is some from the second set that I bought that I found available. Um, I'm not going to say the vendor that I bought them from, just because it is a trusted holiday vendor. And a lot of people were worried about how resilient, how hardy these things will be, how they'll be able to deal with uh, being out in the weather, things like that, how well the wiring and everything will hold up. And this is actually the second year these have been in my show, my Christmas show. I have these on. I have thousands of these in the show, many thousands of these. However, these particular ones, they came from. Um, they were on what I like to call my tomato trees. They're tomato cages that I've lined um, with these pixels. And I noticed one night, 15 minutes before the end of the show, a couple of weeks ago, I had one that was frozen, and it had a perfectly like a perfect frame that had been sent to it. Like the design was still on the tree and everything. So I go out there to check it out, and what I found was water had entered in through um, this connector right here. And let's see here. Let me flip this around and I'll show you what it looked like. So water entered through the back side of this connector, not through the front side. And you can still, I cleaned it up quite a bit. There was a lot of corrosion in there, and there was water on the inside of it. And the only way that it could have gotten in there was through the end here. So it came, right down through there and into this. Now it had, let me tell you, whenever I say it had rained, man, it had rained. There was a lot of rain. Whenever I unplugged it, all the lights went off. I lost that perfect frame that it was frozen on there. I plugged it back in, nothing happened. Okay, well, maybe we got a bad pixel. So what I did is I took the first pixel and cut it off, and wired up to the second pixel. Tested it. Didn't work. No idea. This is what these guys look like. But it didn't. It didn't work. Okay. Well, that's no good. And from from there, went to the third one. Tested it. No good. So now I've taken a chunk out of these things, and I'm going to go through here and I'm going to test these until we can see if any of them work. There was no lightning that evening. And also, I know that I am connecting into the correct end of these. Um, go ahead and plug that in. This is the output end that was just outside dangling. It wasn't plugged into anything. I just put the connectors on there, made it available in case I needed it. For some reason, I did not heat shrink the end of this. I don't know why. But here's our next end. I am going to go through here. I'm going to cut this guy open, and we'll feed some. I'm going to wind up hurting myself, aren't I? Wow. Talk about hardy, man. These things, say what you will, they ain't no joke as far as how tough these wires are. I mean, there's no problems with that. Okay, so sitting here looking, we got red. Look up red here. Look up ground. And we'll do signal. Ah! They're all working. Look at that. So it's one of these guys up in here. It's the first few of them that failed. That's wild. So let's see. 1, 2, 3 that we know for sure. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here? Oh, we've got some more failures. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. May not be failures. I may not have enough pixels assigned in my controller. Let me fix that. Just to make sure. I hope I don't overload the power supply. Ooh, power supply is not happy. We'll throw another universe on this thing. All right. Yeah, universe 6. 170 pixels. Update. There we go. Okay, everybody's on now. Okay. Yeah. Well, look at that. That is something, man. So I don't know if it was lightning or what, but there was some kind of problem here, and I don't know what it was, man. Um, that's wild. That's wild. So let's give it a go. All right, ground, hot. Nothing. I can't see any physical damage. I don't know. Well, let's see if we can narrow it down. That one's no good. On to the next. Okay. Okay. We got ground. We got hot. There we go. Look at that. I gave up just 1 pixel too soon. Awesome. All right, so we got 1, 2. There's the one I just cut off there. 3. 3 that were bad. Yeah, I don't see any physical damage on them. Anything like that. I mean, they are slightly yellowed. But the thing about it was, like, it stopped at the first one. It wasn't like it went, all of these are damaged. Every one of these are damaged. All 3 of these guys are damaged. It just seems really odd that that's the way that this would turn out. I don't know. It's the first failure I've had of the things, and I mean, I have thousands of these things. Um, I have found that they have been more reliable than the larger bullet pixels. Um, in the past 2 years, well, I guess maybe now at this point, they are equally reliable. I had 3 failures so far of bullet pixels, and I've had 3 failures from these guys. And the bullet pixels, every single last failure of the bullet pixels is due to bad soldering practices, or um, they did not properly pour in the correct amount of epoxy. So here's one of them. I have a bullet pixel that got no epoxy, and so this is how those things work. I probably won't be able to do it with this camera, but these are from a company called Rexton. Get them on Amazon. They actually have real World Semi ICs in them, and I don't trust any other vendor at this point because I bought some from another trusted holiday lighting company, and they were actually using some weird one-off type pixel that did not use the WorldCom IC, and I mean the company's fine. They just chose something not that, and I had a lot of failures with those pixels. I'm not even counting that uh, in my other list because I had at least half a dozen of those things fail. These Rextons, I've had 3 failures. Every one of those is due to either poor soldering jobs, where they have cold solder joints, right here on the circuit boards, where the wires come in, or they failed to properly fill it with epoxy. When you have tens of thousands of those things, yeah, it's kind of gonna happen. Not mad about it or anything. Uh, a lot of people, they really rely on having connectors and things like that already on their pixels, and I get that, but that's not how I work. It's like I trust my connections better than I trust some vendor to do it. I have trust issues. Um, but yeah, well, this is awesome. I mean, I'm glad that we actually tracked this down, um, and figured out that, okay, yeah, we got 3 bad pixels there in a row, and that's what caused this failure. Um, so it's one of those things to where it was actually quicker. Rather, it has taken longer for me to do this video and troubleshoot the problem than to just rip them off and put them back on. These are very inexpensive, like $100 for 1,000 of these guys, um, and I expect that price to go down. But it must be. Um, it had rained for days and days and days. I don't think there could be any type of short that could have occurred to make these fail, like on the data lines like that. It's just that's weird. I don't know how, unless the water intrusion somehow went uphill, um, because these start at the bottom and go up. I don't see any corrosion on these wires, not on the data wires, not on anything that I can see here. So to all the people that were really hoping to say these seed pixels are trash, they don't work, they're not reliable, well, that's not true. The numbers don't show that out from my anecdotal experience. From what I've seen online from other people, that is also true. The people that have put them up and haven't had problems, don't have problems. Now, there is one exception to that. Every person I have seen that had the 1 inch spaced pixels has problems. I don't know why. Um, however, any of them that are 2 inch or 4 inch space, which all of mine are, people generally haven't had issues with them. It really kind of sucks about the 1 inch thing because I wanted to do a matrix for me so I could watch what's on my matrix up front. Whenever I'm looking out, looking out the window there. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to put one of those together, but I'm a little bit shy to do that based on what I've seen other people report, are problems with the ones with the 1 inch spacing. But the 2 inch spacing seemed to be good, and um, the ones with the 4 inch spacing seem to be good. These are the ones with the smaller 28 gauge cable. Um, Man, this cable's tough, dude. That is tough. These things are no joke from a the standpoint of hardiness. The folks that think that they're delicate or anything like that, man, I don't know. These aren't. These have been hosses. Haven't really had any problems with. Anyways, guys, hope you found this informative and take care. We'll see you guys later.